Today is very interesting. Today is definitely very, very interesting. All right. Delays are an illusion. So you're going to come in contact with somebody, and indirectly, they're going to tell you something that you need to know. So the energy is interesting because it's about to get good. It's already good, but it's about to get good. You might have been getting some projections to have you feel rather than believe that it's the opposite of what's really going on, but you know. Like this morning's energy was like I was thinking about. I thought I was gonna do this channel message, later in the day, but I just knew I was gonna do this channel message during the daytime rather than night. I had these 2D Dreamcatcher messages that I spoke about, some correlating with one another. There's something about the 2D Dreamcatcher message where I was telling y'all the other day about somebody. It was a Scorpio trying to do something behind your back, like they wanted to hurt you. It has something to do with your beauty, your face, and stuff like that. But parallel message is something about your significant other and how they view you. But what the person who wanted to wish you bad or do you harm, it's like it's in regards of not only your beauty, but like it's more like in regards to your reputation. But ironically, the person who wants to do you bad because of their reputation because they're hiding who they really are. And it's not what you think. I'm even trying to be funny. Like, is a scenario that happened earlier this morning, and basically somebody told me something without knowing they told me something. So like, let's just say this. So there's this. It could be a Scorpio or it could be whomever. Let's say you have a significant other and they have an ex lover or somebody who um wants them, but they don't truly want that person. It's only because you're with that person. Because to them, you sound so beautiful, thank you. There's a scenario where like you're dating somebody, you're in a relationship with somebody, and your man's ex lover or someone who thinks they're infatuated with them, they probably I don't think they think that they know they're not. It's just that they're in competition with you, so because they're in competition with you because they're insecure. So it's like they just want what you have because they'll make them feel like they're better than you type scenario. So this person wants to hurt your reputation because they're insecure by your beauty because they compare and contrast your beauty to their own or lack of. But the whole time God was telling me like this person who's trying to project the negativity to you, like wherever they reside, it's like I'm not even trying to make it one of those things. It's like there's a scenario where someone who think they're your enemy and I want to compete with you and stuff like that. And you don't even give a fuck about this person. There's something about like colorism or something like that, or ethnicity stuff. Like I don't want to really say racism. I really don't know to each his own, but like it's a scenario where it's like to them because they're fair skin complexion rather actually like light skin complexion. Um, I don't know necessarily this Caucasian. To the message y'all resonates. It's like because you're melanated, and this is not everybody, it's just a specific person. Because you're melanated, they feel as though they should be better than you. I mean, because you're melanated, they feel as though they should be better than you. Yeah, that's what it is. And some and whatever regards in their mind, right? But they feel and know that they're not. That's fucked up. Um, the thing is, why they feel that way, they feel like that's even more reason why they should do something bad. And it's just this one particular person. It's not somebody who's like affiliated with you or recommends you or is supportive of you. This is an enemy or op I'm talking about. Um, it's something about your face, it's something about your beauty that they just want to do anything to harm your image or whatever the case may be, because it's like when they just look at you, they be like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. It could be somebody of the LGBT community or somebody who's struggling with their sexuality or something like that. That could be an addition as to why they feel the way they feel about you. But God been narrating to me that this person, this lighter skin complexion person, who tried to do something in regards to ruining your reputation, wanting to harm you in regards to your beauty in some sort of way previously. Like, this person is only doing that because they sell their body to people in their environment. This is somebody who, not to be funny, I like, you know how they talk about Caucasians, but I'm not talking about Caucasians. I'm talking about light skin complexion woman who's an enemy or op. I don't know. You're gonna understand what I'm saying because God said I could say this. You know them Caucasian women that hypothetically, I'm not talking about in this scenario, but I'm saying, stereotypically, Caucasian women who their their dating preference is melanated men, but um they want to put down melanated women while dating their preference of melanated men. Now, the Caucasian woman doesn't have nothing to do with what I'm talking about right here about in this channel message, not necessarily. I'm talking about light skinned complexion woman who is intimidated by a melanated woman beauty and her reputation. And so this person thought they can go behind your back to do something in regards of your romantic love interest to ruin your reputation, but it's not happening. They can't even do it. And on top of that, while they're so pressed to make you seem some type of way, God was narrating to me that this person, this enemy I'm talking about, who's light skin complexion, where they live in suburbia or local or nearby their suburbia, wherever living residence they're at, they participate in get your coin how you get your coin. So like, I don't discriminate, but what I'm saying is, I'm talking about an enemy or op, so I can talk shit. This this person is fairly young, but they encounter men in suburbia who are Caucasian men for the most part, more elderly Caucasian men, and sell their bodies to them. While they think they're doing that in secret, they wanna they wanna do a deep dive to what you got going on. That's not what they're doing. They wanna tarnish your reputation. They thought they would be doing that, and they got all this wild ass shit they got going on. You love my necklace? Thank you. You said, hi, I'm so pretty. Thank you. You sound so beautiful. Thank you. God bless you. Anyways, like, literally. And then, like, this person who's your enemy or op, like, this person, they don't want you to. It could have something to do with an ex lover. It could be has something to do with your significant other's ex lover or someone who wanted them or whatever the case may be. They just like the person that want them now, that while they're in a relationship with you or dating you, it's like they just want the person to prove a point to you or something like that. But it's like there's no point to prove, and the point that has been proven to them is that they cannot. Excuse me. Oh, they're going through some shit. Um, the point that's proven to this enemy or op that want to interfere with your love life. It's like the point proven to them is that they can't. It's not happening. They tried and failed. Yeah. Ooh. I'm telling you, it's the who this anyway opposite they is of the LGBT community or they are on the download, either one. Um there was like this really, really sad energy. And I'm like, this is not my energy for real. Like literally I was feeling the energy and I was just ignoring it. I was just ignoring it. I'm like, this don't got nothing to do with me. I don't know who energy this is. But I'm like, it's gonna get handled. But I did do a channel message yesterday and saying that something was gonna happen today, something's gonna happen on the 8th. Very significant. But this really, really, really sad energy. Like your enemy could really, really, really be sad and depressed right now. There's a scenario where this person who's your enemy or op, right? Possibly this lighter skin complexion woman or your ex lover could have did something. I don't know if it's in regards to you or any one of their other scenarios outside of you. This person could have kind of been prideful, about their decision making, like in a way where, let's say, if it's an ex lover, right? Hypothetically, right? If this is regards to any of op being your ex lover, this is like an ex lover that you previously dated, or when you were dating this person, they were talking to multiple other people or another person. Take the message how it resonates, and they was like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna deal with or date this person because I don't feel like it. I'll come back and forth when I feel like it." And they could have left you or another romantic love interest and decided they was gonna come back whenever the fuck. And they're just not realizing something about you or another person in a scenario situation that, oh shit, it's like when the scenario where like this ex lover or this lighter skin complexion woman, I don't know, like God tell me narrowly like this person who think that you're an enemy or op, or they're acting as if that in the spiritual. This person, whether it's you or somebody else, this person decided that even if it's not a romantic scenario situation, if it's a platonic situation, this is a scenario where somebody was like, I'm not gonna deal with you right now. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Rightfully so, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But this person's like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm gonna leave you right there. I'm not gonna give no explanation. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna tell you my movements and this that, and the third. But granted, you don't have to do nothing like that necessarily for the next person, right? Unless like you made it seem like that's what you had to do. Take the message how it resonates. So this person went about their business, was living life, doing whatever the case may be, while the perception was you or somebody else, they had them on like stuck. They had them on like pause. That could be significant. Pause. And then some type of situation happened recently where they just up and realize like, oh my gosh, I put this person on pause. I left them on pause for too long. I didn't necessarily mean to leave this person on pause for too long. I don't know if they had a motive. I don't know if they had a plan. I don't know if they had bad intentions necessarily. Obviously, because, but more of the story of this person, and because whoever was left on pause by this person, it's presumed that they were confused by the action of the enemy or op. Obviously, not realizing that person was the enemy or op. And then having to navigate and figure out what they want to do with themselves in the situation. Now, the person who left them on pause went to go gallivant and do wherever, but it was always bad intent for the most part of their actions. Now they're realizing because of something that just happened recently. Dang, maybe it wasn't a good idea to leave this person on pause for too long. Now they're scrambling, trying to get back in communication with this particular person because they left them on pause for too long. Because their intent was never in the right place to begin with. So there's this energy in regards of your enemy, your op. This is like a confirmation if you want to know, like in regards to enemy or op. It could be an ex-lover, or it could be something about a lighter skin complexion woman. There, what this situation is about you as a confirmation, or you're just listening into what's going on with this person. This enemy or op, who I just described, let the person on pause because of bad intent. Now something recently just happened. Now they're low key in panic mode. Like, I gotta get back to this person. I was supposed to just leave them on pause, come right back. Something went down where they was in this I don't give a fuck, carefree attitude, but not being reassuring to that person they put on pause, not being distant, non-communicative, maybe, um, with bad intent though. That it's like they knew, they were very aware that they were doing this. They didn't care in the moment that they were doing this. Something recently just happened. Now they're like, oh shit, let me get back to this person. So there's an energy of just enemy or op that they're like trying to get back to this person. Like, oh my gosh, I just miss you so much, and how you been? It's been so long. What you up to? Trying to get back in good graces. It's not a scenario where they can be like, oh, like what you doing? Let me see you today. This is like a let me test the temp type scenario. And they're realizing they played too much, they waited too long. Ooh. They're trying to come back in quickly to a situation to see if they can salvage it. It's not working. And it got them worried. And it's given this like they could be like depressed, like they could be sad about this shit. God was showing me a whole bunch of 2D catcher messages before I did the channel messages. This channel message right now where like all these 2D catcher messages correlate because it's all about the same person. There was this 2D catcher message I had months ago where there was a light skin complexion woman, and the perception, because of the parallel method, the perception is this person was trying, like I'm not going, this person who's your enemy or op, whether you know it or not, they were trying to, like, in their mind, they were trying to steal your destiny. They wanted to live your life, live in the skin that you live in, like, and maybe not necessarily, this like I said, they thought, oh, they were like, I'm not even trying to be funny. This is like, everybody has their own calling and destiny, right? This person saw you, what you was doing, your life, and some sort of point of view of theirs own in their mindset. It was like, I'll just take it. Like, this is how they were thinking. Like, I'll just take it. I'll have it for myself. I'll do what they're doing and better. Is it? And this has to do with your romantic partner, all right? But they're very, very delusional. I don't know. Is like this person might like have a mental illness, low key. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like they like legit, they might have like a mental illness because that's the only way to kind of explain why they would think this was all right. There's like somebody who seen who like intuitively they knew like this is somebody who like I don't know like I don't know if this person thought I don't know if they might have like abandonment issues, but they the type to like abandon people or something. This could be as to why they were acting like that with this person they put on pause for so long. It's like this person. This is why like they might have like mental issues, like because like this person believed that they could put somebody on pause for a very long extended period of time, leave them no, not really much of an explanation at any capacity, romantic or platonic. But if they feel as though that same person is doing the same to them, because in their mind it's like, I'm gonna put you on pause, I'll be back. But if you were to do the same to that person, they would not be able to handle it. Like I saw this light skin complexion woman, she was literally darn near like she was chained to the motherfucking radiator. Um, no furniture in the room, rocking back and forth, mascara dripping from her face, just looking a mess, bitch. And this is what they could have projected for you. This person, I don't know if this is like, all right. In regard to the light skin complexion woman, in reference to this enemy or op, every light skin complexion woman is not an enemy or op. I'm saying in regards to this channel message, that this particular person I'm describing, they could, this person could have had a hunch or intuition that the person you're dealing with now at the time, like y'all was gonna be together or y'all are together or something like that. They're like, still your man, and they tried it and failed. Like this is a scenario where, like they're being delusional because like they didn't want the person. They're not attracted to the person like that. They're not infatuated with the person, but because you, it seemed like you was about to get that person, or you was about to like get into some sort of romantic dynamic with the person. You could be with the person right now. They're like, no, I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna take that. Like, what's it called? It because like I don't know if it's about their skin tone. I don't know if it's about reputation. I don't know if it's about position. I don't freaking ooh. Something about Scorpio, bitch. They can't wrap it like to be like honest to God. It's because you're melanated. That's all it really is. But everything else just comes to play. Like this person was like, oh, they're melanated. If I come to her man or this guy that's very interested in her, he's gonna leave her because in her mind she's not melanated. So, and your man, my man, like your man supporters, my man supporting the relationship, like not even interested, like not in the slight bit, not in the slight least, you know. If this woman cannot wrap her mind around it, like it's literally almost driving her insane. This intent, this woman who wanted to be your enemy or op so dang bad, wanted to see you like the reason why they wanted to even attempt to go towards your man and thinking that they were gonna lure them in through deceit, like because they wanted to see you suffer. They wanted you to be sad. They wanted to know that in their mind they were viewing you crying, running your mascara. It's them. It's them now because they're back to them to do what they had to do. Bitch, I had ordered some food, right? Before the channel message, I had ordered some food. Guy delivered. I went to go like, and I mind you, I was feeling this energy out of nowhere this morning. Morning been good. The whole day has continued to be good, but my whole thing is like I felt this energy coming from somebody else who was very sad. I went to go get my delivery order. Even when I had the errands early this morning. I was doing errands. God, like I was talking to God and stuff like that because God was like, yeah, like somebody was projecting. It wasn't in like this enemy or they was projecting a wasting spell, and I told you about this before, but like the wasting spell was much more deeper than like a wasting spell. It wasn't just about weight, because like the wasting spell started off because this person who was insecure about themselves and their body was projecting a wasting spell directly or indirectly because of their insecurity about their weight, and also how they feel trying to compare themselves to you. And the projection of the weight spell was also coming from this person trying to lose weight, and it's not happening. So it's like the harder they be trying different methods to lose weight, and it's not happening because of spiritual weight on them. Because of like the nasty evil thoughts they be having against you and whomever else, or whatever other scenario situation. Because this person low key evil on the inside, and they're not like they might know that, but like they're also not understanding. That's why they're not losing the weight, because it's a spiritual weight on them that they're accumulating, because they're attracting all these negative, evil spirits and entities while they're trying to project negativity on you. So like the wasted spell really is coming from this person keep trying to work out. This person keep trying to lose weight. It's not going. It's not going. It's not going. Then they project on you for you not to have, and they're trying to lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. Wasted spell projection onto, like, God forbid, on me and my supporters. That's where that energy was coming from. They also, because they were projected on your love life. That's why things was happening like that. So God would just explain it as scenario situation. And then also, I don't know if this person don't got a good relationship with their family. I don't know if the person is like an orphan, or I wouldn't necessarily say only child. I'm saying like this somebody who like don't really be having their family around them and stuff like that, or their family don't advocate for them in a certain type of way or something like that. And then they see you and what you got going on, they feel some type of freaking way. That shit is like, this person mine, bitch. So like, imagine somebody already with all that going on, they already project the negativity towards you, and then in their mind, they sick twisted mind, they're like, you know what would make me happy right now? Let me take their significant other. I don't want them. I'm not attracted to them like that. Shit. I'm not sexually attracted to the person not even sexually attracted to your man because they're of the LGBT community. So they're just doing shit to do shit, and they're knowing they're of the LGBT community. They're knowing that's more of their preference. They're knowing they're not like heterosexual per se, because you never know, the person could be like bisexual. So I don't know. And you're in a heterosexual relationship, or dating somebody who's also heterosexual like you, and this person is trying to interfere with your love life, and they're not even attracted to that gender, thinking that they're gonna do you something because they don't like you for whatever reason that's kind of not valid. And then to top it all off, when they try to attempt to lure your partner away from you, it wasn't even a question. This person not even looking in their direction for real. This person is not looking at them in that type of way, and to them, it just set them off, like driving them crazy, because like they like in their mindset it's kind of like, but I'm this complexion. They not understanding it, bitch. Hi, how are you doing? It's wild. So like I went to go like I said, I ordered my food earlier, and this energy was happening. I already was talking to God early this morning, and he was telling me certain things. I'm just like, wow. This weird depressive energy came in. I'm just like, what the fuck going on? So I had ordered me some food, I went to go get me the food. I went outside, and I was just like I don't know how to explain it. So like the doorway, there's like this like I don't want to say ledge, but there's like this little ledge before you get into the porch, bitch. I was standing on the ledge, and God was like, "This is what this person." Is God saying like this person, the enemy op right now, is doing like the Trey songs, cry, slide down the wall type shit. That's how they feeling. That's what they doing. Like this person could be a little suicidal. I ain't about to even hold you. This enemy op. Like this shit. Like this. That energy was wild to feel. Like I ain't about to hold you. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like I'll go be the God if not me and my supporters. But I'm just like, I was just having a conversation with God. And I told you this previously in other channel messages. Like when it comes to enemy and oppositions, and after you do your prayer, after you know you feel however you want to feel about the situation, wherever the case may be, we're all human, right? Let that shit the fuck go. Give it to God. Don't harbor too many feelings about it for so long, because when I tell you, when you let it go to the fact of where you forget you even felt some type of like, I mean, like you don't have to forgive if you don't want to. You don't necessarily have to forget, but put it out of your mind in the sense of like it's not that important what somebody who don't care about me or want to do me bad, like where I have to think about all the time, every day. When you do that shit, that's when God be booming. Because like when I tell you, hi, how are you? What you said about moderator? What happened? When you don't pay so much attention to the enemy and opposition, that is when God be booming on the words. I was just seeing this piece of content where somebody was saying like in regards to like what happens to your enemies and stuff like that when God, you know, does that karma, that bad karma back onto them. Karma works in so many different ways. And the person was explaining like, you know, karma look different on everybody. Some people they go into addiction. Some people like get depressed. Some people like their finances go to whack. Some people like it like everybody got like that. Some people there's some wild ass shit going on to them, but everybody's karma is different. Now there's good karma and bad karma. I'm talking about for the enemy, you know, in the field of like bad karma for them. So like, and even when after you pray to God or you understand the scenario situation, if you have good intent generally, and somebody do something bad, and you know you analyze the scenario situation, what you did, what you could have did, what you didn't do, in comparison to like the bad shit somebody try to do you don't never gotta like question it too much. Like when you see your enemies or whatever the case may be, like that's what the piece of content was also talking about. Like you see your enemies and like you watching them. Oh, I'm about to say, ooh, all right. God's saying answer the call. When you see your enemies and you're continuously watching them, continuously trying to like go out your way to hear what's going on with them, this and that, and it sounds like they living their best life. First of all, you don't know what the fuck is going on if you're really not in that inner circle of the enemy or op. Why would you want to put yourself in the inner circle of the enemy or op? You don't know what people got going on behind the scenes in their lives. Especially not no enemy or op. They're not going to even try to let you know as their enemy or op that if they going through bad shit. When you completely let that shit the fuck go, give the situation to God, I promise you, that type of information for real will just come effortlessly. You don't have to go searching for it, nothing like that. God will let you know in some sort of way. All right, let's do this channel message. I'm gonna try to make it pretty quick. This message was made on Monday, May 11th, 2026 at 5:15 p.m. This message is in regards to the zodiac signs of Cancer, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. Being enlightened about a particular scenario situation. Notes I wrote in regards to this message is back to center and a reversal in regards to enemy devices. Your enemy tried to do some shit and it failed. Evil plan happens to the enemy instead. In regards to a back to sender, in reverse, in regards to what the enemy did, in regards to a death spell, bottle work, hydromancy, possible drowning, and depression. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to mention the news outlet, but a few channel messages, a few channel messages ago, within the previous 7 days or 5 days rather, I mentioned the channel message something about an in and out, and I was like a setup or something like that. They just they just broadcasted it on the news. I saw that like when I see certain stuff, I predict and I don't know what they're talking about. Like sometimes I'll write certain stuff in my notes and I'll just be like in and out. I'm like that's like I don't. To my knowledge, we don't have any in and outs in the north of the United States of America where I'm located. So the first thing I was talking about was California and stuff like that. And sure enough, I just saw a news report this morning about the In and Out and someone being set up or attacked at an In and Out drive through, specifically what I said. When I see certain confirmations like that, I just be like, wow. But I hope whatever information was relayed in that message actually helps someone, I guess. The right person or persons. Notes in regards to this message, I ain't gonna hold you. While I'm talking about, when I just said something about a possible drowning, y'all do know is that case that Nancy Grace had took over with that young man. I don't remember his name. I like it's like every time I see the content. They keep getting more information, but every time I think about the young man's name, it's like it goes blank. I don't want to speak too much on it, but from a spiritual eye point of view, that young man who was found unalive in that off of that island, and he was there with his Caucasian friends. Like to me, like I know that ethnicity is a thing, a really like a huge indicator in that case. Howsoever, I try to be unbiased and not let the ethnicity play a role in it. But like, I'm gonna tell you in that specific case that Nancy Grace took over, like ethnicity is a thing. Even though like I'm very unbiased in regards to ethnicities in certain scenarios, situations, I don't like that to be a determining factor. But in that particular case, it is because from the moment I first heard about the case, because some people heard about it before I did. The content I was seeing in regards to that scenario situation before they found the body was just screaming cover up. And then as soon as I thought that all this information had started coming out from the general public, I was just like, wow. Anywho, like I said, I'm not gonna stay too much on that topic. Something about some sort of black magic somebody done did. It could be your enemy or op. They tried to energy harvest off of your connections for money. This is why I keep saying Scorpio. Because that's some Scorpio shit to do. Like, Scorpios legit make their money in life by using other people. They have to. They have to. Unless you got prominent Aquarius placements in your birth chart as a Scorpio sun sign placement, you could be whoever you want to be and depict yourself in this life. But like real shit, there's nothing ooh. Let me not say nothing, but usually nothing really authentic about that person. Unless you got Aquarius or prominent placement houses in regards to Aquarius, it's not going to be an authentic person. It's somebody who's going to have to build themselves off of other people, period. That's how Scorpios make their money because the opposite side of. But either here or there. I have a good message for y'all. I'm gonna save it to after I say what I gotta say. So 2D catch your message. So I had a vision, right? I'm gonna tell you what the vision was. The vision was of a black bucket. The contents inside the black bucket, and it was a point of view, like somebody looking in the black bucket. So basically, the perspective was of somebody doing divination. I've already mentioned in my notes black magic. Somebody was doing black magic, bitch. You, I could see them. It could be witch, warlock, sorcerer, sorceress, wizard, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This person was doing divination. I had a vision in the dream state of somebody doing divination. Let me repeat and reiterate. Let me not repeat. Let me reiterate the day I had the channel message. There is 555. The number 555 can be very significant. I had this vision on Monday, May 11th, 2026 at 5:15 p.m. 555, very significant. 555. Somebody could be 55 years old. This could be something that happened 5 years ago. 555. I don't know what that angel number or spiritual number means at the like in the moment, but 555 changes. Significant changes. Significant changes. This could be in regards to a Leo, a man, a melanated man, an entertainer in the entertainment industry. This could have something to do with 1 to 3 different people or scenarios or situations. Somebody could have tried to attempt to do this black magic 3 different times. The year 2023 is very significant. This person who did this divination work, the black magic, they started it in the year 2023. 2023. But because of something that happened 5 years ago. Someone who was 55 at the time or 55 right now is very significant. But let me tell you the 2D Dreamcatcher message and explain the vision that I had on that day. It was a black bucket. But it was the point of view of somebody looking into the black bucket because they were the one doing the divination. This person could be a Scorpio. They had a black bucket with a phone inside of the black bucket, and they put paper towels inside of the black bucket. There was a white liquid inside, and when I saw the white liquid, it was reminding me of like milk or something. And I don't know. All right. So I saw this piece of content. I saw this piece of content. I told you in the previous message about like different other practitioners and stuff like that, and they were doing these interviews. So like, bitch, this could be in regards to a particular court case. It could be a celebrity who wanted to be the court case, and they could have went to a practitioner. This court case could have to do with someone's baby mama or baby daddy. This court case could have something to do with somebody's children or child. And money was involved. I'm going to explain why. Because of the paper towels. All right? Somebody wanted to beat a court case, and they could have went to a practitioner who did black magic. All right? This person, in order for the practitioner to do what they had to do, the practitioner asked them, told them they had to get a new phone. Because whatever phone they had during the time of when they asked the practitioner to do what they had to do, they asked for that phone. They said, like, get your new phone, switch everything out, give me that old phone, because they were going to use that phone to do either bottle work. I think it's a fire truck. I think it's a fire truck. Like, ooh, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be very significant. It could be something about a parent figure, somebody who's not your biological parent, somebody who want to act like they your parent. At the ooh, Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. I'm telling you, the practitioner told them that phone. I don't know if they had your number stored on there. I don't know if the scenario had anything to do with you. I don't know. Maybe you just need to hear this as a confirmation for somebody else. Take the message how it resonates for you, bitch. The practitioner told them take that phone and put it in, and give it to them so they can do this, whatever they did in regards to black magic to beat that case. And the white liquid, I was saying it reminded me of milk. If it was milk, because like I can't think of anything else from the top of my head that would be liquid and white other than milk. And if milk was used in it, it's like it depends on what kind of milk it was. But if it was like milk, like this person who asked the practitioner to do this shit, if it had anything to do against you, like it's because they didn't want to have to. They didn't want to have to come to the forefront of the scenario situation and take accountability. Oh my God, this person could be popping pills. This person could be a pill popper, or they, because I said somebody could be suicidal over this matter. They could either be suicidal, trying to overdose on pills, or they're a pill popper. All right. I told you it could be a celebrity. They're trying to be in a court case. It could involve a child or children. It could involve a child, and or it could be in regards to baby mama, baby daddy scenario, and or just a court situation. Something they didn't want to take accountability for. They wanted to keep it hidden because that milk is still considered liquid. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, very significant. And usually I don't like to like make it seem like that. I don't know if there was a CPS scenario with this enemy and op situation, but then again, I said that I did say Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries would coincide with the judicial system in this scenario. Leo, an entertainer. Bitch, this shit better not be the Krishan Rock situation. This shit better not, like, because I really don't like I really don't care to like dabble and tap into that energy for real. Oh my gosh, bitch! I just seen a piece of content, so like it's trending right now. I don't go looking for this shit. It just Krishan Rock right now is trending because people are playing the investigator. People are being what's that shit called? People are being investigators right now on social media. Right now, it's trending that Krishan Rock like could have possibly admitted online that she had, and she actually did. They found old footage of a few years ago where she actually said it on film, and Blueface was like coaching her to like to because she said it online, didn't realize she was being recorded and saying that, so she tried to switch it up real quick. But like, this is all coming from a recent video she did because there's an open investigation right now. Hopefully, to God, it's not about the Christian Rock situation. Because like, oh my God, let me not see. Oh my God, it's the issue. With that case. But like, let me not put God's name in it because I like to be honest. But so like, maybe the child could be like, I'm gonna say. So maybe like if it's not Christian Rock, the child that has to do with the court case is definitely a male. This has something to do with somebody who's an entertainer in the entertainment industry for sure. They're a celebrity in some sort of way in the entertainment industry. Something about the court case. This person didn't want to take accountability. But there's something about a parental figure who's not like the biological parent. There's something about like someone who wanted to act like your parent, but like in a malicious way though. There could be a scenario situation where this is wild. There could be a scenario situation where someone knew, but and when I'm saying this, it has to be a man in this scenario because there's no way it could be a woman in this situation that I'm about to explain. It had to be a man scenario situation in regards to possibly, allegedly, possibly knowing they were not the biological child's parent, but still wanting to take on that position because of financial gain. There's a scenario where there's maybe the baby mama making money, or even the baby daddy could have been making money or having money, whatever it would be. But that that baby mama and that child was like a cash cow to this man, so he decided to take on the role as the father figure. I don't know. Maybe that's why the court case is doing what it's doing. This this false father figure was trying to energy harvest off of the child. This could be different scenarios I'm talking about. So just take the message how it resonates. This false father figure could have been trying to energy harvest off of the child. It could be a male child that because that child is connected to or has affiliations with money. There's some shit. Whether it was a man doing this, a false father figure, or a false mother figure, they were doing sex magic on someone else's child to energy harvest to get money. There's a lot of shit that could have been going on. A lot of different scenarios. You just take the message how it resonates for you. Another scenario, whomever in the situation could, whether about a child or anybody else in the situation, right? I do not claim this energy, but what I'm saying is somebody could have been doing shit or uploading shit onto like the black market, the dark web for financial gain. And they also went to a practitioner. They could have contacted that practitioner off the black web, the black market, or whatever the case may be, maybe before the court case. I don't know. Take message how it resonates to keep something hidden so that they wouldn't have to take accountability for something. Somebody could have been. This is wild. Somebody could have been selling sperm in the black market on the dark web. I don't know how they would do that. I'ma just mind my business. So this could be like a, different shit going on, but interconnected. There could be a scenario where, dang, bitch, this is wild. All right, there's levels to the shit. All right, someone could have been targeting a child or children to collect sperm because they sell on the black web, the black market, the dark web. Then you got another person or people on the black web, on the black market, on the dark web, who purchase minor sperm for energy harvesting rituals. And then there's out of that group of people doing that heinous crime, they're already on the black web. They're already on the, excuse me. They, these evil malicious people, enemy and ops, have already got caught in their own web of this black magic in regards to the back descendant reversal. These people who was purchasing this shit, doing heinous crime on the black market, the dark web, either found a practitioner on that in that same venue, or had a practitioner of their own, so this type of information wouldn't come out to the public, general public. So it's like this whole shit interconnected, because maybe at least one of these people who was doing this on that type of venue got caught up in a court case. I don't know if it has anything to do with what they were doing, but bitch. So it's like a lot of people getting caught up. But if it's not that deep, bitch, this yo. You see how I said, like, if the person who was doing a heinous crime against a child or children to make money, then there was the people who were purchasing that product. I shouldn't even call it a product, but doing that heinous crime on those websites and avenues. They was doing that to do these rituals, and they also have their own practitioner. It might not be everyone, but at least one of them had their own practitioner who they could have either found on those avenues and venues in regards to doing black magic, or at least had their own practitioner outside of those avenues and venues to do black magic to cover up them from energy harvesting in that heinous ass way, in no pun intended, to begin with, right? And you see how, like, it's like one, two, three, like three different things going on but interconnected. The court case that I was speaking about in reference to all this shit going on that's interconnected, it's in regards to one of these, at least a minimum of one person's child who was doing this Like the child that was being used, there's a particular child that was being used in regards to the scheme on the black market in regards to the dark web. Whoever was like doing that to their child, mind you, this could be a scenario where it's other people doing this shit. At least one person gets caught up because obviously they're not good parents. Who knows if this person? You, there, who was this was somebody who was doing this to their own child. At least a minimum of one of these people who was doing this shit was doing it to their own child, right? To sell off their stuff on the black market and the dark web, and CPS got involved. So CPS did their investigation, and when CPS did their investigation, they found out what they were doing to the child on the black market, the dark web. They found out what they were doing to that child in regards to the black market, the dark web. They find they find the connections, the interconnections. They find the people who are purchasing the shit from the parents about the child. At least a minimum of one person who was purchasing this shit from the person who just got caught up in a CPS case that just went to the motherfucker. A CPS case going to the dark web, the black market and the dark web. Those are two completely different levels in the judicial system. All right, that shit escalated. All right. So once the CPS looked into it, then it went to the dark web, black market. It went to somebody the fuck else. It went to a whole different department because now they got to find who the fuck you've been contacting and selling this shit to. So they found all the connections. Whole time, at least a minimum of one of those connections already had a practitioner who was trying to hide this shit to begin with. But obviously, by the time this new department had found the connections, obviously whoever the practitioner did had failed. So now it's, oh my gosh. The way CPS, some way, somehow, before it escalated to the different department, the way they, it's because of a phone. It was because of a phone and the contents of the phone. I don't know how they got a hold of this phone. Because it's something significant about like Krishan when she was that this trending video that had people looking up videos and finding her like admitting to crimes and shit like that, whatever the case may be. She said in that the trending video right now, she said that she was like, and I keep seeing, need to hear that. The first thing she was saying, like she said she knew things were going bad because she had a friend that gave her an evil eye bracelet and she threw it out the window. And then something happened. I think she said her baby daddy had called her and she almost threw her phone out the window. So it might not have anything to do with Krishan, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, hopefully not. But what I'm saying is, the way it escalated in this scenario that I'm narrating to you guys in regards to the enemy and I, they got caught up for what they were doing by CPS. And then they found a phone with these contents on it that then took it to a whole other department. And then when they went to a whole different department and they had the contents of the phone, they didn't knew everybody that this person had sold those contents to. And one of the people at minimum had a practitioner doing black magic. So when the black magic reverse did it back to sender, because like it already the back to center reversal was already going. So maybe somebody went to somebody that they somebody could have went on. One of them people could have went to the found like a false practitioner, somebody who said they could do something, or somebody who thought they could do something they couldn't. This is significant what I've been saying about the woo lady conversations that's been going on and the men speaking up. People just going to people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. Somebody could have went to a practitioner and told them that they can do something for them, to hide something for them, that they was doing in correlation to like what they were purchasing off the dark web, the black market. So because the practitioner did something incorrectly or didn't know what they was doing, the reversal back to sender was already doing what it had to do, and part of it was all this shit being revealed in connection to them. So by the time CPS goes to a whole different department and all these interconnections are getting exposed and getting subpoenaed, that same black magic reversal is going on. Everybody involved in this shit. Not me, my sports, but I'm just saying. I mean, if you doing this type of shit that I just narrated in regards to those interconnections of this terrible, terrible shit that doing to a did to a child that was involved in CPS and what their parents or parent was doing to them on the black web and the black market and the dark web. Like, no, no, you're not part of me, my supporters. This some shit. I'm gonna just say one thing very quickly. Even though I'm gonna just say one thing very quick. Ralph 8078 in the comment section said, "I see you keep peeking at me." After I just said all this shit, anywho's, um, I don't know how this correlates to me and my supporters. God forbid, me and my supporters are involved in anything like this. This is not something I dibble and dabble into. It's not anything I'm into or advocate for. All this shit I said in regards to the enemy and opposition. But there's something about the enemy and opposition of me and my supporters. This person could be it's something about Scorpio. This person had tried to do some sex magic in regards to communication and connections. They didn't want you to have certain communication connections, or they just didn't want you to know something, or they didn't want someone to know something. I don't know how you could have been affected by. I don't know. Maybe if it's not that deep, because this is a very specific message. If it's not that deep, and you don't know why the fuck I'm saying all this shit, because I don't know why this is prevalent. But this is just like, that's probably why I said the in and out scenario situation, because I don't have in and out, um, you know, food restaurant chain where I'm at, but I had to give a message out about it. So this might not be happening to me. This might not be happening to my supporters, but maybe there's something you know, or a confirmation of, or something, or you just need to hear. You never know. There could be a scenario where one of these people I mentioned in this interconnection of ops and enemies who were into and were doing all this shit, maybe you know of a person who was doing this, but you, unbeknownst to you, they were doing this shit. Maybe at some point in time, maybe you exchange phone numbers with a particular person and they getting caught up in some shit like what I just narrated to you. Maybe when you exchange numbers with this person, hypothetically, possibly previously in the past, maybe that was the phone that was used in black magic divination from a false practitioner, and maybe you was just feeling residual energy previously and you didn't know where the fuck it was. But God just wants me to know And for my supporters to know that you are protected. The word protection is what I wrote. Me and my supporters are protected. Specifically, the word protection is very significant. You could have did something to protect yourself in regards of not being involved in something like this. You could have directly or indirectly protected yourself. You could have just did protection work. There's something about God just wants you to know being my supporters are protected, and there's a scenario coming in where someone is going to come give you money or give me money. And that's the message.